So welcome to everyone who is joining us this evening. We are excited to have our parents here to learn more about our events that are coming up for this spring and ways you can get involved with your cadet. If you have questions or want to introduce yourselves, please feel free to do that in the chat. We'd love to kind of connect and make sure we know with our new families, especially kind of. Uh, Learn more about you, where you're from, what grade your cadets in, that type of thing. So I am Jenny O'Donnelly. I'm the director for marketing at MMA. I've been here for about 6 years now, and I'm a member of the parent liaison team. So there are four of us that President Tracy has tasked with being an extra layer of support in addition to your faculty members, your CLA, who's also your first point of contact with your cadet as well. But our other members of the team are also on the Zoom here, and so I'll let them introduce themselves as well. So Cameo, do you want to start?
Yeah, hi, I'm the director of college and career placement at MMA. So I mainly work with juniors and seniors, but also sometimes with the lower classmen. And I'm also an MMA mom of a ninth grader.
Rodrigo?
Okay, sorry, I was just realizing I was on mute. Hi, my name is Rodrigo Padilla. I'm actually an alumni from the school. I graduated in 2015. I currently work in the admissions office. As Jenny said, I support with the parent liaison team, and as well as serve as the soccer coach this year. So happy to be here.
Thank you. All right. And Craig McMillan.
Hi, I'm Craig. I am the activities and recreation specialist, so I plan all of the on-campus and off-campus extracurricular activities we do. I come from being a CLA, so if you guys have any questions about residential life or CLAs in general, I can probably answer those for you.
Thank you. And for those who are very new, CLAs are those company leadership advisors who are in the barracks. And so I realize a lot of times we get into MMA speak with some different terms. So if there's ever anything that you don't understand, please do ask. And we are also glad to have two of our parent committee leaders on the Zoom as well. Every member of the MMA family, so all of our current parents are members of the parents committee. And then we've got a couple every year we've got some parents, usually veteran parents, who step up to help. And so Carrie Grace and Shay Haberberger are here as well. So if you guys would like to say hello, introduce yourselves too, please.
Hi, I'm Carrie Grace. My husband Justin and our son Caden is a second year cadet. He is in the ninth grade in Echo Barracks. And we're very happy to be part of the parent committee. One of the things that Shay and I have worked on last year and then again this year was a t-shirt fundraiser that we're excited about. And have opened up the store again recently for new parents that may, or old parents that have missed out the first go round.
Shay?
Hi, I'm Shay Haberberger. Our cadet is Justice Cordova. He is a second year cadet. He's in Echo and he is a junior. Just to add to Carrie's, with the t-shirt fundraiser, it's super fun. The hoodies are amazing. Moms get them. It's like my new favorite. I should have had it on. And then also for the t-shirts, the cadets get to wear them to school the Thursday before Easter break. So it's a fun thing. We've never gone off of like traditional uniforms for school. So this is like something super fun. Get it for your cadets. They can have just like a fun day, a fun t-shirt to wear to class. They're super cool. They say brotherhood on the back. But everything's on the Facebook page for links for purchase, as well as I know Jenny sent an email out earlier this week with links to purchase them as well.
We'll send a reminder out too, but we really appreciate Carrie and Shay helping to organize that and raise funds. Everything that the Parents Committee raises funds for goes to cadet activities. So it goes to support what the cadets are doing and how they are building camaraderie, having a good time, and getting to experience some cool things as well. So. Okay, I'm going to let that lead into Craig. So as our activities and recreation director, Craig is planning a lot of those events. And we wanted to share just some of the upcoming opportunities that cadets have. We'll also be talking about some of the organized parent events that'll be on campus, but Craig's going to first talk about some of the things that he's got organized for our cadets.
So here coming up this coming weekend, we have probably one of our biggest trips. It's our annual ski trip. We go down to Hidden Valley, and they spend the day skiing down there. We actually get a pretty good price, especially for those who need lessons and things. So it's, like I said, it's probably one of our biggest trips. There's a lot of cadet engagement with it, and probably one of the trips I look forward to the most. And so we have that coming this weekend on Saturday. On Sunday, we have our Super Bowl party. Not all of the cadets generally like the Super Bowl or watch football, and so we don't necessarily always make that mandatory, but it's there for them if they need it or if they want it. We do that in the barracks rec room, so we get the game up in each of the 3 barracks, and they'll have pizza and chicken nuggets and cookies and soda. They'll have a good time doing that. Then as we go through the semester, Easter weekend, we usually have an egg hunt for them, and we will do some sort of off-campus activity then as well. In the past, we've gone down to Midway Golf and Games. It's a pretty cool place. It has a lot of different options for the cadets to do things. So there's axe throwing and golf go-karts. There's batting cages, top golf, driving range, all sorts of different things. They had a really good time when we went there last semester, so we might do that again for over Easter weekend. A lot of the things coming up will kind of be weather dependent. We plan on getting back out on the paintball field quite a bit this coming semester. We just need the weather to be a little better for us. Here towards the end of school, we also have our annual Six Flags trip. That'll come just before the end of school, and we'll take the entire corps down to Six Flags and spend the day down there doing that.
All right, Craig, will you for our new parents, will you talk just a little bit about that process for like the ski trip? So some things like the Super Bowl party, the holiday parties that we just had, those are for all cadets. There's no extra charge, but some of the extra things when there are off campus and some fees involved, how do cadets know? How do parents know? What do parents need to do?
Okay, so most of the extra trips, not the Super Bowl party, which is there for everyone, but the extra trips, your cadet has to be off Maroon phase, so they have to have gone through the crucible and kind of put their time in as a new boy before they're allowed to go on those extra trips. The other thing that needs to happen is that they need to be in good standing, which means they need to have less than 12 tours, and they need to have everything all passing grades, which means 70% and above. I spend quite a bit of time going through and working with these guys, both their tours and their grades, looking at them, sending out emails to them, being like, hey, you need to raise your grades. This is the issue, why you're not in good standing. And they'll usually email me back. They work, for the ski trip, some of them have been working 2 weeks, 3 weeks to try and either work off tours or get their grades up. So it's a really good incentive for these guys to, kind of pull it together and do the things here that make them successful at MMA. So those are the 2 big things: off Maroon phase and in good standing to go. Now, how that works with payment. So I usually buy everything, and then afterwards it'll get applied to your MMA account. And so that's through the business office. You guys will have the option. You can go online and pay that, or you can come over to the business office when you're here on campus and pay it. So your cadet does not have to have the cash with them. Generally, there's options for them to buy additional things when we go on these trips, so that if they have a card or whatever. But if they're just doing the base price, I'll buy all the things they need, and then that just gets applied to your MMA account. Usually I'll either do, so like for the ski trip, we'll do food and beverage vouchers there at the resort. If we don't do something like that, we'll usually do stage sandwiches and bring those with us, but then we'll stop somewhere along the way, and so they'll have that option as well. I try to keep the cost down, which is why I generally always try to offer sandwiches for them, because you guys have already paid for that, and so that's a good option for your cadet if he doesn't want to spend a bunch of extra money on the trip.
All right. Thank you. And we do always make sure that the cadets want to go. We give them some ownership in making sure that they say they want to go, that they take the initiative to contact Craig. So Craig will send out an email about the trip, and then if the cadet is in good standing, indicates they want to go, then he checks with parents, right?
Yep. So they'll email me or they'll fill out my sign up sheet. And after they do that, I'll check all their grades and their tours and everything. And once they're good to go on that front, then I start reaching out to you guys as parents. So if you're getting an email from me saying your cadet has requested permission to go, that usually means they're in good standing and that they've already signed up. Like Jenny said, in the past, they put the sign up sheet to the parents, and then we had a bunch of kids who didn't really want to go on some trips. So we kind of reversed that a little bit, and kind of forced the cadets to reach out and sign up for things. So if you want your cadet to go on things, have him come out and sign up for stuff.
All right, thank you. And Craig's also been at work with getting the Crucible ready, which is that one of those milestone moments for our new cadets. And so once they fill all those Maroon phase requirements and the Crucible, as he said, then they're eligible to go on these extra kind of fun things if they're in good standing. So, all right, thank you. Okay, now we're going to switch gears and talk about Valentine's weekend, which is coming right up. So Rodrigo is going to take the lead on going through some information for that.
Awesome. It's Valentine's weekend. Yeah, it's next 2 weeks. I can't believe that. Time flies so fast being in MMA. So of course, we started that weekend on Thursday. For those parents that won't be able to make it, which is completely fine, and still want to meet with the teachers, we do have set up the virtual conferences with your teachers. I believe an email has been sent for you guys to be able to sign up for those conferences as well for the ones on Friday. Now on Friday is a little bit more fun. We start the day, you will be going to class with your cadet to their advisory. And then we'll have an elective fair where you're allowed to go to see the electives, the different classes MMA offers. And then the afternoon is when you have the conference with the teachers that you set up in that email. Now, that day, you're allowed to check out your cadet for dinner. And there's something I want to emphasize with this. The checkout time is from 6 to 9. And I was a cadet, so I'll let you know ahead of time. Cadets might try to tell you, hey, mom, dad, you can take me earlier. No, it's 6 o'clock. So if it tells you you can take them out at 5 o'clock or 4, no, 6 o'clock. That's the reason we put those times. They still need to participate in sports. The Western Seas for the sports. We want to make sure they get their practices in. Then Saturday, we still have some more in-person conferences if you're able to make some on Friday. So you have those 2 days to meet with the teachers. And of course, we have the Valentine's Ball. I really encourage you to go to the Valentine's Ball. It's something really cool we've been doing for years now. The cadets really have fun. The junior class and the senior class going to work together and put this great thing for their brothers, and they dance. There is food. It's just a fun week all around. And then afterwards, you can take your cadet for the rest of the weekend. Just make sure you sign out with their CLA, and then they need to return on Monday by 3 o'clock. So it's a nice weekend for everybody. You get to see your cadet. They get to tell you a little more about what's going on, how they've been maturing and learning in MMA. One thing though, just make sure, again, I emphasize this, check with the CLAs, follow the rules with the checkout time and all the procedures. That way we make sure everything is good to go and your cadet is set to leave for the weekend with you. Now the ticket price. You want to touch that, Jenny, or you want me to go over?
Yeah, so if you want to if you don't mind talking about Valentine Ball a little bit more specifically, that'd be great.
So the Valentine's Ball, of course, it's a ticket price, but it's an event. It's like I like to mention it and like to explain it like it's like MMA prom, just because we don't we're not like your traditional high school. And one of the cool things is actually we have the charcuterie boards with the meats and cheese. Other snacks will be available for the cadets. When you come to town, there's this app, Mighty Mexico. There's great restaurants here in town to take your cadet. It might be like small town, but some hidden gems here in Mexico, Missouri. So I really recommend it. And then the cadets will the cadets are on campus will get dinner before going to the ball. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, can I take him out that night? No, they will have dinner and then you can see him at the ball. Like I said, please, if you can join us, join us. It'll be a fun time. Like I said, the cadets have fun. I had fun all 3 years when I was a cadet. I always attended. And there's no need to have a date. If it's just you and your family going to the dance, that's great. It's a great experience. Take some photos, just enjoy your time with your son. Next slide. And the dress code, it's semi-formal, nothing crazy. You don't have to wear a tie, tux, or anything like that. Just have fun. Like, dress to hang out for a little bit, dance with your cadet. The cadets will attend in dress uniform. That's the gala, the blue blazer with the ribbons, with the name tag. So they look really sharp. Then the Grand March, it's something we do in the military balls. I highly also recommend you participate something different and something that the cadets enjoy normally with your date or somebody that walks with you during the ball. We're just gonna make 2 lines to go around, and it's easier when you see it than to explain it, but it's a fun time. It's something different, something really MMA. Now, with the dates, like I said, it's not mandatory, but the cadets has a girlfriend. They can always come and join them for the weekend. Of course, for the Grand March, moms normally work with the cadets, which is highly recommended. I did it for my mother all 3 years. It was fun. Now, cadets under 16 must have chaperones. So if your cadets attending, a lot of the faculty members will be there, but also, again, highly recommend and invite you guys to attend. Now, this is the fun part for all the kids. The Miss Missouri team contestants will be present and paired with selected cadet leaders. So I don't know if a couple of you know, but every summer, Miss Missouri's pageant takes place in MMA. And I think we've been doing it for the last 55 years. They take over the whole gym, and they make this great thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I've seen it for the last 3 years, and they're great. And they come back for the ball and have fun with the cadets. And the cadets get to meet these amazing ladies and just have a good time.
All right, thank you. And to talk a little bit about the military review, which happens on Saturday morning as well. I'm curious, Shay, would you want to maybe comment on that from a parent standpoint on what that review's like?
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun to see the boys and the cadets. I don't how do you explain it? It's a big moment to watch the whole corps come together. It's very well organized, and it's a proud mama moment. Like if I could put it any other way, I love the reviews. I've always managed to be able to be in town for the majority of them. So if you can make it, definitely plan on being there for that.
You. And I know we have we had a parent ask, okay, if I can only make it to one day of Valentine weekend, which day? And I think that then really depends on what your priorities are. If you're more concerned about the academics and you really want to find out what's happening there, then I think, definitely Friday is your day. But that military review is a really special part of Saturday morning. And so you'll get to see the cadets, what they've been practicing, that military discipline, that military bearing. And as Shay said, it's really, I'm a mom, don't have a mom in the Corps, or don't have a child in the Corps, but yeah, it's hard not to kind of get emotional when you see them kind of taking pride and all of that. So Carrie, do you have anything you want to add to that as well?
No, I just agree that the review is very special to watch, and it's really cool to see all the cadets in their dress uniforms marching together, doing their thing. It's fantastic.
Thank you. So so as many parents that can come, we really welcome you to attend Valentine weekend. the other big weekend that we'll have coming up is Spring Family Weekend. And that will be the weekend of Friday, April 17th through that weekend. That's also a very important weekend for our new families. The passing through ceremony will take place during that weekend. And that's when our new cadets receive their hat brass. And so if you're able to attend as a new parent, you get to help them pin their hat brass on. Also an emotional moment, also a very moment to take a lot of pride in what they've accomplished. So as they've completed their Maroon phase requirements, this is kind of that top moment to really celebrate and congratulate them as well. So a lot of things will be the same as far as conferences that will take place that weekend as well. One thing that is, we've got the Valentine Ball for Valentine weekend. For Spring Family Weekend, we have our Maroon and Gold showcase. So Maroon and Gold is our really a moment where we want to showcase our cadet talent, celebrate the Academy mission, and also it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So we are so grateful for all our parents and your commitment to having your cadet here. Tuition does not fully cover the cost of what it costs to educate our cadets, to provide all of everything that we do. And so it takes the generosity of our alumni, of our sponsors, and other supporters to make it possible. And so Maroon and Gold is, like I said, our big event for the year. So I'm going to go over a little bit about what that event is, because we really hope that our parents can also attend and help to celebrate our cadets as well. So as I said, it provides essential funding for the things that we do. Sometimes we do different formats for Maroon and Gold. Sometimes it's been a very formal gala. We've had some different fun things. This year we're calling it a showcase. We're doing a couple things different this year. So we are going to start the event with a concert in Memorial Chapel. Normally we've got a full concert as part of Maroon and Gold, but we're going to have the band and choir will play in Memorial Chapel. There's going to be no cost for parents to attend that event, so it will be open. Anybody can come and enjoy there. And then after that, we'll have our main event, our main Maroon and Gold event in the Centennial Gymtorium following the concert. There is a dinner with that, and so there is a cost that is charged with that as well. And again, it is a fundraiser, so we really appreciate all the generosity of our parents and supporters who can come out and attend. And you're welcome to bring your cadet and enjoy that evening together as well. So it'll be really a celebration of everything we have. So we'll have that big concert in Memorial Chapel. Once we go to the gym, we'll have some spotlight performances of some cadet talent as well. So we'll have a little bit more music and choir. We'll have an exhibition performance by the Fusiliers drill team. Also new this year, we are planning on having a skit from some of our cadets that are participating in Presser Performing Arts classes. So this fine arts, aspect that we offer our cadets is unique. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Also for Valentine weekend, I just heard today as well that we've got a set design class that's happening in Presser. They're working on some of the decorations for Valentine weekend as well. So we're glad they're able to put some of that to where our families can see what they're working on. But it's really, they're doing some great things. So dress for the evening is formal. We wanted everybody to take some pride. The cadets will be in their formal dress again as well. Really, this is one of the ways that parents can get involved. We know our parents are so generous, and they want to help and find ways to support. And that's not, with this being a boarding school, it's not as easy as when your child's just down the street at a school. So this is one of the ways that we do appreciate our families supporting. So sometimes our families are sponsors, which is wonderful. We appreciate that. Attending the event is one way to support, bringing your cadet and kind of showing him just how invested you are in their experience here is wonderful. And then also barracks baskets. So what we do is every year, each of the barracks will organize together and create a basket that then is part of our fundraising. So this year, we are going to have those. They're either going to be part of a couple of different prizes for some things that we've got planned. So, Shay or Carrie, do you guys have anything to comment kind of on maroon and gold, or what people might expect?
Carrie, I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't attend last year, but I did help with the barracks baskets. Those were super fun to put together. It's a fun when you pick the themes, and we kind of a bunch of the parents last year made it a little like competition who's going to have a better basket kind of thing. And so we all were chatting. So building those baskets and knowing you're doing it for the greater good of MMA to support the fundraising efforts, it just makes it fun. So even if you can't attend, being a part of offering those donations and those pieces for the barrack baskets, it's a fun thing to be part of.
Thank you.
I agree with Shay. I wasn't able to attend either, but just putting them together, and they had fun different, each barracks had a different theme, and so they were unique in how they were put together and what they included, and it was fun being a part of it.
And they varied between we had a travel themed basket last year. We had a lottery ticket tree kind of with a whole lot of lottery tickets in it. So that's always a popular prize for the mystery of how much you actually win. So there are a couple of the ideas, but we'll send out some information ahead of time with that. And you know, as Shay and Carrie mentioned, you know, the barracks parents kind of organize that. So we'll have some of the parents who are veteran parents will kind of step up to help, and then we'll just make sure that communication takes place as well. A lot of times parents, like when your cadets coming back from spring break, that's a great time. If you've got something to send back, you know, that's great time to do it. Or sometimes we do Amazon wish lists for baskets. And so the barracks can kind of organize, and we'll create the wish list, and people can just order and have it sent directly to the academy. But we really appreciate all the support for our parents through that as well. So does anybody else have any other questions? That's kind of a quick run through of kind of what's coming up. As Craig said, we're excited about the ski trip this weekend. I think, Craig, we've got like 40 to 50, is that right? That are signed
Yep,
up?
I have about 45 signed up.
Okay, awesome, which will be a great group. And luckily it won't, weather should not be frigid. It should hopefully be.
Yeah, I think they're calling for 40s that day, so it shouldn't be too cold. Should be a really good day.
Great, awesome. And we are also hoping for good weather for our Valentine weekend as well. And I see Laura just asked a question about the ball. So the Valentine ball is not mandatory for all cadets, but it is mandatory for our battalion officers and our junior class officers. So the junior class helps put it on. As Rodrigo said, it's very similar to a prom. And so those cadets are required to attend. And they if they are required to attend, they don't need to buy a ticket. But if a cadet is attending with a parent, they do need to buy a ticket to help us offset the cost for the event and the food and things that's provided as well. But and especially like with those Miss Missouri teen contestants, those cadet officers will be escorting them, and it is a lot of fun for them, and the young women have a great time too. I actually ran into one not too long ago who came to an MMA ball a few years ago, and she was just talking about how much fun that they had and how much they enjoy coming. So we are definitely glad to hear it. And as Rodrigo said, this is a longstanding tradition for the academy. So. All right. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, we are always available. So if you have, want to reach out to us via email or phone, our information's on the Academy website. I'll also share that in the Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, please do join. It's a great resource to be able to ask questions, especially as we get to events. The parents are fellow parents are a wonderful resource on what the events are like, what you need to know and think about. So. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, if you have more questions, please let us know. Thank you.